Today, Precarious plays Transistor. Also, I think that we're approaching a performance space.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like these posters here are randomly plastered. They're promoting the venue.
Okay. So we're outside of the concert arena.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a thing.
Yeah, I see him. One thing that I think is kind of interesting that it's not super easy to show right here. I think it might be most clear in the post-combat splash art. Right at the beginning of the game, you can see that Red was wearing a, ankle-length gown.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably right before the game started, and then she rips it off right at the hip.
Yeah.
Or right at the mid-thigh.
Yeah.
And just discards it, presumably so she can run around more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little funny to recognize, man, so it's like a good look.
It is.
But she's really just sort of rolling with what she has on hand, because the jacket, I'm pretty sure that she harvested from the gentleman who died.
Mm-hmm.
And she is effectively running around in, I'm going to go ahead and say, a solid 30% underpants.
Bloomers.
A little bit.
Bloomers.
Hi. Where'd everybody go? Well, we're gonna get you out of here. He says the process wiped him out. He's too far gone.
How on earth was that funny?
I'm just imagining that everyone in this game is like a tortured artist, and it's like, the process wiped me out. And I'm like, yes. Yes. I feel that.
I wonder if I can do this. I don't have Jaunt equipped right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can manage exactly this. How are you feeling, game? And then...
Oh.
Boom. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay.
That was cool. Man, I do quite like
Get
this.
out of here, young lady.
What would you call it? Maybe a split combat system? I don't know. I do like that you can slap at things with your sword when they're inconsequential. But then you can line up really cool combinations of actions.
Still kicking it.
One thing that I always forget I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you can press the left shoulder button during turn to cancel whatever is programmed. Not cool. Oh. See, got a little hasty with the turn. I guess I can probably still get this one. So you can use turn to quickly gather up cells.
Mm-hmm.
But I blew it.
Well. Oh.
However, I do have Crash that I can use even during turn recovery. You know what we might have to talk about soon?
What?
The failure state. I hate it.
Oh, I don't want to see that. Thanks.
It's the worst. It might actually be... I've been trying to think about what it is that kept driving me away from the full experience.
Yeah, because, I mean, I know we're only a couple episodes in, but this seems like a lovely game.
I don't know what happens when you get a failure state. Okay, so here, let's look at the splash art for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's a lot of underwear.
Yeah.
Okay, back on topic. Oh.
The terminal.
Oh,
That's a good word.
cool. Facts reported 4.
Mm-hmm.
You made headlines.
The popular Goldwalk open-air venue has been evacuated.
Okay, that's where we were.
Can you summarize this one? You can just pick through it and read the important bit.
After scheduled live performances had ended, OVC received several independent reports of suspicious activity at the pavilion. Authorities evaluating reports. At least 2 people were critically injured, potentially including Red, the headlining act. More news as it develops.
I forgot about that. I sort of assumed that Red was a pet name. But no,
Well-
that's just like, this is your name.
At the very least, her stage name.
Maybe they'll post
They're looking for the ones who still trying to understand. Still here for now, don't worry.
I like that.
Yeah, let's keep looking.
You really are a big damn deal.
So what was I saying before? Oh, it was something about the failure state. Whenever your HP is depleted, one of your functions is disabled. And that always, it was just like, no, listen, game. Here's the rub, right? If I managed to get my HP depleted, I was probably struggling to begin with. I don't think losing 1 out of 25% of my active functions is gonna help me out, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to not do that here.
So does that... Okay, so when your HP is depleted,
Hopefully not permanent address of Mr. Nobody.
like all the way or just a little bit?
All the way. You have HP bars equal to the number of active functions you have. I
Okay,
believe.
so you have 4 bars of HP, and if you lose an entire bar of HP, then you lose a function. But then they allow you to continue to play with the 3 functions that you haven't lost. Is that correct?
Yes, and then presumably the 2, and then presumably the 1, and then I'm guessing that if your HP meter is depleted when you only have 1 function remaining, that's actually a game over.
Yeah.
But I never saw a reason to stick with it.
How do
You
you
know?
recover your functions? Did you just not...
I don't know. I'm serious. I never bothered to play past it. It's weird because it seems like it might be a more gentle. It's sort of like in platforming games, like Mario in particular. Mario Sunshine actually specifically springs to mind. Occasionally, it seems like the developers are trying to be kind because they'll put, say, like a body of water underneath a series of jumps. But it creates this bizarre situation where, like, if you just were allowed to fall to your death,
You'd be better off and you'd be able to start over quicker.
yeah, because it would probably just start you back up at the top of the platforming segment. But instead, in Mario Sunshine, like right in the first level, like going up to the windmill, you can get pretty far, accidentally slip off, and then have to spend like a couple of minutes possibly climbing back up, you know?
Yeah, I don't like...
Pulls a little.
Anytime there's a failure state, I don't like it when it drags out or plays a cutscene or really does much of anything other than, well, you pooched it, start over. You know, that's what I want the screen to say whenever I screw up to the point where...
You pooched it?
You pooched it, have another go. Like, immediately. Because it just helps you learn faster. Wow, this place is fancy.
It looks incredibly expensive. It's also making you really warm just to see.
Yeah.
Everyone loved you.
Why the past tense?
With them.
Because, I mean, he's kind of super dead, right? Like, he still gets to hang out as a sword, but his life as he knew it was over.
Well, and her voice is gone.
Oh, I think this might be it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is the one.
When you speak, I hear silence. Every word a deep defiance. I can hear, oh, I can hear. Think I'll go where it suits me. Moving now to the country with everyone, oh, everyone. Before we all become one. Become.
What? Where? How? Red, where are you? Where are you?
Are you replaying last night?
Yes. And
Be gone.
Boy, that dress is cool.
but presumably this is actually as fast as she can move in it.
I'm over here.
Well, yeah,
Over
that
here.
looks like a really tailored dress.
So presumably that's why she.
That you? Oh. Look at you. You're alive. Me, I'm not so sure. Could use your help. I know this looks bad. Hey, say something already. Say something, will you? Oh no. She's here. Look who it is.
Okay, wait, it won't continue until I approach her, I think. So.
I'm getting major Little Mermaid vibes at this point.
Oh. Huh.
Maybe it's the fishtail dress that finally connected the dots for me. But, like, that sword is definitely Sebastian.
What? Okay, no, I was with you for like a whole, like, several solid seconds there, but no, it's. So, I think it's interesting that whenever you spell it out, it's possibly a little on the nose, but what they've done is they've engineered a situation where one of you has lost your body and is basically just a voice,
Yeah.
and then the other one has the autonomy that a body provides, but can't speak anymore. Do we have time for a boss fight? Give me minutes. How many minutes? I'm just gonna go for it. That's fine.
Go again,
Yeah.
Sybil. You
Whee!
lost your
I have made a horrible mistake. Ooh. I don't have jaunt. In my testing, I remember jaunt being pretty important to avoiding her attacks. I'm gonna see how far I can get.
Well, I would like to defend my parallels here with the Little Mermaid situation,
You go for it.
because if you're busy concentrating on this boss, you can't argue with me.
Dirty. It's a dirty tactic.
No, but
Oh geez.
if what you're saying is true about her singing songs, that the message is important, and that's really what she's about,
She must have felt that.
is delivering meaning through song.
She's back.
This is definitely better than the Little Mermaid situation, because she has lost her voice, not in pursuit of a man, but in pursuit of reaching more, reaching higher. And she's running around with a buddy who is concerned for her well-being.
He's a fish. Sebastian.
Sebastian is a lobster.
I was thinking of flounder. Sorry. I've got a lot on my plate.
I know, that's why I'm telling you this story right now, because you can't argue with me.
God knows I'm still gonna try.
Anyway, Sebastian doesn't have a lot of autonomy, but he's like the voice of advice. He's like, no, don't, but be safe, but I'm supposed to look out for you. But he's, constantly getting shoved around by her, carried by her places, almost accidentally eaten, etc. And I think that the moment when he's like, don't go left, and then she immediately does, is a perfect example of how that plays out. Because it's not like Ariel, when she's lost her voice, it's not like she can talk to Sebastian. Sebastian is just like an advisor, and she doesn't talk to him, so he has to sort of look on at her actions to see what she's listening to. They can't even really discuss certain things. Really anything. But I think it's funny. This is like a fundamentally different story, but the tensions created by having a character that doesn't have as much physical autonomy and one that doesn't have the ability to converse. It's really familiar. I used to love that movie. I don't like it so much now, but I just loved the idea of mermaids. I was like, that is so cool, because you could be out of water and then be in water. Oh, and you wouldn't have to worry about getting water up your nose, which was a problem.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
To my satisfaction. I don't know if I'm going to make it unscathed. Yep.
Oh.
Keep. Oh no.
But back to what's actually happening, instead of a story about how this compares to a Disney tale. I am in love with Sybil's freaking parasol attacks. I know you're not loving them, but that is a cruel and sharp and terrifying thing made of something completely...
This was a mistake. I'm all out of space to be in. Nope. Cool. And see, this is why I usually immediately restart. Because it's like I just lost my melee basic.
So what are you supposed to do? Well, could you humor me and kind of muddle through for a minute or two to see if there's like a recovery mechanic to get your health back?
Yeah, I mean, I can't possibly just restart every time I fail. I don't know,
Well, you can. It's fine. I'm just curious now.
I feel I'm irritated because it's like that probably wouldn't have happened if I had just gone back and gotten Jaunt. Probably should have just put Jaunt on my bar.
Yeah. So, no chance to get health back.
No, I think there are. You just... Actually, I wasn't going to bring it up because I said like it was going to be inconsequential. And I mean, it is. It is, I think. But, the switch power,
Yeah.
you can actually use it to heal yourself. Because in battles like this, because those wigglers that show up, you can flip their allegiance. Ooh.
Oh, gross.
What
So
now?
frightening. Oh,
Bye, Sybil.
Bye.
Or Trace.
Ooh.
hey, Sybil.
your Camerata friends. I want you to tell us where they are. Do you understand? Sybil's trace.
That's as good a place to take a break as any. Goo friend? Goo frenemy? She's a traitor, is the point.